Southport Square residents. This is your Executive Director, Brian Hess, with another episode of Around the Square. So last week I was in a different position in my office, and we had the Technology Center grand opening going on, so we had stuff behind me. And I guess I have this little beanie or something that looks like there's something on my head behind me. So we were trying a different location, but all that ended up being was me looking like an angel with a halo around my head. And my mom said that wasn't appropriate, so we had to come back to our old location. So no angel for me here. But anyway, so we're back in the normal ATS studios today, and hopefully bringing you another great episode of Around the Square. So. I'll start off a little bit with the COVID update. So the state of Florida, again, is still high as far as COVID is concerned, and it seems to be coming down slowly, steadily, declining. So currently the state of Florida is at an 18% positivity rate, if I can get that spit out correctly. And Charlotte County, still higher than the state average. Charlotte County is reporting at a 24.1% positivity rate. So that just means of all the tests that are being performed in Charlotte County, 24.1% of those tests are still coming back positive at this point in time. So that being said, we are seeing, community transition of COVID or transmission of COVID that's still occurring within the county and within the state. The CDC right now, as with almost, I believe, the entire state of Florida, is still marked as red, which is high level of community transmission. Charlotte County is still red as well, and most of the nation is still reflected as red as of this point. And a large part of that is due to the positivity percentages that are coming out of each state and each county within those states. So that being said, it is still out there. It is, circulating. I shared with you last week my experience a couple of weeks ago. Not a fun experience at all, and we are still seeing, people that are testing positive for the virus. So as of today, this is Thursday, we're recording for Friday. So as of today, we have 6 total residents on our campus, 2 here in the independent living, and we have 4 over in our health center between 3 levels of care that are positive at this point. And, we'll continue to have those folks go through the quarantine process. We've not seen a lot of what we would consider community transmission, which means, from resident to resident. So we'll continue to monitor that. If we see that there's spread, to multiple residents, we will go back into some masking potentially, and maybe some more heavy cleaning of common area spaces, which we are still doing, just not at the level that we were in the height of the pandemic. So we'll continue to monitor that and try to keep, our community as safe as possible so that we don't have that spread throughout the community. We also do have 7 staff members currently that are positive with COVID-19. Those folks, as soon as they're identified, they do get sent home. They have to stay home for the quarantine period and will return once they have been able to come back per CDC guidance and healthcare guidance. So we'll continue to kind of watch those levels and kind of see where we're at, track where we are. Unfortunately, we are still in this. I would love to say it's coming to an end soon, but who knows what will happen as we progress a little bit further. So we'll continue to monitor and continue to provide you updates on this. I also wanted to give you a few updates of some things going on around the community that you're probably seeing impacts in your apartments and in your buildings. So the assurance system, we are almost wrapping up Gables East. So I was chatting with the first and second floors of Gables East today, Thursday, and I had heard some of them are already getting their assurance systems in place. A few others are still not have it completed yet. So we're working through the final of that project, and that means that in your apartments now, you will have the new pull cords, the new fire alarm system in your apartment, and the new check-in process. So in the mornings, instead of getting up and pushing the button, you'll just be able to go to the restroom and it will register that you're there through that motion-activated device. If it does not register you in the morning within that window of time, which right now it's set from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m., we are getting ready to change that from 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. because we hear some of you get up a little bit earlier, and so we want to make sure we can capture you when you get in the restroom. So we're going to change that from 5 a.m. to 10 a.m. We'll have that check-in window. And so if you go into the restroom during that time, it should register your activity and, let us know that you're doing okay. If that doesn't register for whatever reason, or if you don't end up in the restroom during that time, that's okay. It just means that we might give you a call from the front desk after that 10 o'clock time frame for the check-in. So as we go through, that's just one of those ways that we want to make sure we're keeping you safe and protected on a day-to-day basis here. The other thing we've had questions about those entryways with the new key fob and being able to get into the exterior of the building. So for everybody that's kind of watching, so those key fobs, some of them are blue, some of them are red, so some of them are yellow. We've got different colors. But this key fob that you use for your door, your apartment door, will eventually work on the exterior doors of the building where we have those new fob readers installed. One of the things that we're working on right now with the vendor that builds that system and that runs the software is there is an issue with the software that is not allowing us to register those external doors yet. And so our maintenance team has been working very diligently with that vendor over the last few weeks to try to get that software issue resolved. Once we have that software issue resolved, we'll be reprogramming all the keys for our residents, and we'll roll those out to each resident, probably by floor or by building. We haven't figured out exactly how we'll do that yet. But we'll notify you when it's that time, and we will swap those keys out. So you'll get a new key fob. We'll take your old key fob and your old exterior building keys, which are the old style key like this, where you will be utilizing a key to get into the buildings now. So we'll take all of those keys back, and we'll give you one new key fob that's going to replace all of that. So really for our buildings, you should have, going forward, once we replace them, you should have a key fob to get in your building and in your apartment, and you should still have a mailbox key, which will look a little different, but you'll have a mailbox key that you can still use in your mailbox. Outside of that, all the other keys, your entrance key will go away. If you still have an old apartment door key, which most of you probably don't, but if you did, those no longer function in apartment doors, so you can discard those as well. So that's a little bit of an update on the key system. And then the last piece, and we'll be sending out some communication Friday or early into Monday next week. But starting on Monday in the village area, we will have a vendor here that's going to be installing some gutters on our roof systems in the village area. And so part of this is to keep our campus looking beautiful. We recognize that there are areas where the rain comes down and kind of washes away the mulch and the plants and the sod and stuff. And so we're going to try to resolve that issue with having some gutters in there. Also, for those of you that utilize the shuffleboard courts, we'll be putting some gutters in that shuffleboard court area, so to help with some of the water that gets on the courts in the mornings if the dew is dripping off of it or during a heavy rain. And so as we move through this, we just wanted to let you know there will be a vendor in there installing gutters. It should not impede any of the walkways. You should still be able to get around in the village area, but just be cautious and be aware that there will be some vendors in there installing and doing some work. So please just try to steer as far clear as from them as possible to keep you safe. The last few things I just wanted to share with you, more recently over the last month and a half or so, we've been awarded a couple of very nice awards from some different organizations, and I wanted to share with you because most everybody, I think, wants to feel good about where they live and where they might potentially need care in the future. So we've received 3 different awards more recently. The first one that I'll recognize is really for our entire campus. So we were awarded the Best Senior Living by aplaceformom.com. And so A Place for Mom is one of those organizations that actually places or sends referrals in for people that are looking for senior living type communities, whether that be independent living, assisted living, memory care, skilled nursing. They will refer anything through their website into us. And so they obviously they look out across the state in the Charlotte County area, and they're always looking at places where they can send people, communities that they can send people to. So we were recognized 2022 Best Senior Living by aplaceformom.com. So great recognition, great award. A little bit more specific, our memory care was reported as the best memory care by memorycare.com. That was just this year also. About 2 months ago, we received that award, and that's again for the 2022 year. And then we also just received word that we are back on the U.S. News and World Report listing again this year, 2022 Best Nursing Homes.
Ooh,
so for those,
that's a big one.
Yeah, that's a great
big
one.
Yeah.
So for those of you that, are kind of wondering about, the care that is provided or how we do in our health center and on our community, we are getting, awards for some of those areas, memory care and skilled nursing in particular, and then through A Place for Mom with the rest of our independent living and assisted living. So, we like to recognize those significant awards and the work and the efforts that go into applying for those and being recognized through quality measures and standards. And so I also want to just, reassure you all that you have a great place you've got a great place to live, but also to go if you do need care in the future. We've got a wonderful healthcare center setting over there. So wanted to share that news with you. We'll be probably rolling out some additional announcements over that here in the near future. We also are looking to update our banner out in front of the community. If you've driven by kind of that Eagle Lake area in the front, we've got a banner out there right now that just recognizes our U.S. News and World Report award, and we're going to update that to include several of the awards that we've been given recently. So that being said, I'll let you enjoy the rest of the episode here of Around the Square, so have fun.
Okay, we're outside of Phyllis Schwartz's apartment, and we're going to go visit her. This is one of her wind catchers, or dream catchers that she made in one of her crafting cat courses and classes that she does. But let's see how Phyllis is doing. Well, I am here with not the crazy cat lady.
Yes, the crazy cat lady. Yes.
Well, I'm here, everyone, with Phyllis Schwartz. Hi, Phyllis.
Hey, Dawn.
Now, Phyllis Schwartz has invited me into her home to look at some of the most unique things that she has created. I get the biggest kick out of these, and I think all of you will too. So we're just going to meander around your home.
Feel free.
And just ask a bunch of questions as I see it.
All right.
Now, you do have, I know you go by the cat lady, but you do have some birdies up here.
Yes, 2 parakeets.
Who are they? Tweety and Sylvester?
No, their names are Little Bird Gray and Little Mellow Yellow.
Little Mellow Yellow, I can imagine which one is that.
Yes, which one?
Yeah. How cute. And the cats get along with them.
And the cats get along.
No kidding. No Tweety Bird and Sylvester fights, right?
When the feathers fall, it's their own fault. It
Oh,
has nothing
okay.
to do with the cats.
Well, they love that. They literally get a bird's eye view up here.
Yeah.
That's nice. Now, you make miniatures.
Yes.
Now, this is an actual, even though it's big, it's still miniature.
Yes.
This is of your home that you had up north.
Right. This is
Now,
the house
where was that at?
This was the house in New Jersey.
Okay,
And
so
we lived in a rural area. Believe it or not, in New Jersey, there are still rural areas, and
Yes.
we had 20 acres. And so this was the house that we built there, and it was styled after a barn. And what you see here was an actual silo and it had a spiral staircase to get from the first floor to the second floor. When I did the dollhouse, I used soda bottles so that we could see through it. But the house itself it was a
right, you actually have a photograph up here of the house where it has the silo running right through the house.
Right. And it was
Isn't that
red.
nice?
So we had a red silo. It had a couple of windows in it.
Wow.
And then the rest of the house was, as I say, styled after a barn. We took an old barn down and we used the siding from the barn as the siding for the house.
Wow, how neat is that?
Would you get better photos if I took the plexiglass off to get inside, or you don't
No,
need to
that's
do
okay.
that? Okay.
We don't need to do that.
Okay.
But I just want to show the viewers, excuse me, sorry. Inside look at all the detail that she put into this.
And the furnishings are exactly the way the furnishings were in the house. We had
No kidding.
That was a guest bedroom which had a green spread. This was my combination.
And you have an old-timey sewing machine?
Well, it was modern. I mean, it was more modern than that, but it wasn't ultra modern.
Wow. Look at this. Leaving the dog on the bed.
Well, of course,
A mirror. I mean, wow.
We've always had a shepherd.
A bird.
And so the shepherd and a bird, and the cat's under the fireplace there.
Look at that. Isn't that neat? What is that blue thing I'm looking at down there? Looks like a tub.
Hot tub.
Oh, a hot tub. You had a hot tub up
Yes.
on the second floor? Wow.
We had a hot tub and a circular fireplace you can see down there as well. And so it was
Closed-in
nice and
lanai.
cozy in the winter.
Closed in lanai down there. How nice is that? With the book and a soda? I like that.
And if you look real closely, you'll see that on the dining room table there's a map of Florida, because I made this when we were planning our move. And so there's a map of Florida on the
Oh,
dining room
look
table.
at that. That's funny. That is funny. I love how you even have the insulation.
Well,
You even have pieces of the insulation. Ceiling fans. Wow, this is really neat. Slippers.
well, sure.
Oh, how neat is that? Wow, how clever.
And if
Let's see, even
the
lights up.
the fireplace is lit, and this is lit, and there are some lights downstairs as well.
Oh, how neat. Oh, yeah, and you had a front, what is this, a porch? Or a greenhouse? You have a greenhouse
yes, we
there.
had a greenhouse.
Wow. Look at that. Wow, you really went on that. I mean, looking at it from this angle looks like I'm looking down from a loft or something into someone's house. That's great. That's great. And you had the spiral staircase too?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yes.
Wow.
Mhm.
Wow. That's really cute. And now you have a lanai. We're on the lanai, and you have a lanai on your lanai.
Well,
Now you
that was actually meant to be a terrarium, but
ah.
I turned it into a miniature. So it's an artist studio, an old artist studio.
That's nice. That's really pretty. I love all the details that you've put in there. Now, did you paint at one time? Because I noticed a
No.
lot of your things have easels in them.
Yes, but no, I've never painted. I do crafts, but I have.
Yeah, some of these have been in the shows that Smita has put on.
Right, and
Like
I always
I
have-
know that one. I've seen this one before.
And I generally have one outside each month.
Outside of your
Something
door.
Outside of the door. This month I have little kitties with heart necklaces for Valentine's Day.
I love your ornaments hanging here. You keep those out all year
All
round?
All year.
Yeah.
I have some in the bedroom as well. I like to look at them, and so.
Well, yeah, this is your thing. This is definitely your thing. Now this log cabin, I haven't seen this one before.
Well, that I made when Bush, who lived on a ranch, the Bush who lived on a ranch,
Uh-huh.
that was in honor of him, and I sent him a picture, and they sent me a thank you letter.
Oh, how
The Bushes.
neat. President Bush?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
President Bush, the second one.
Yeah, wow, that's
I
neat.
never saw what he lived like in Texas, but I imagine that's what a Texas.
Ranch would
Ranch
look
would
like,
look
yeah.
like.
Oh, and here's the diner. I've
That's
seen
my
this
50
one.
that's my
Yeah, I
50th
love
diner.
this. And you even went as far as making these. I don't want to ask you to do that because I know that it's a pain. But they all light up too,
Yes,
right?
they all light up.
Yeah.
I don't have some of them plugged in like over here because all the outlets behind the couch are taken up with the television.
Yeah,
and
with this
such.
stuff. Yeah,
So I
when
don't
you have them on
but-
display outside, I'm sure you can do that. Oh, look at this. You have a boutique.
I have. That's an old-fashioned ladies' dressing.
Oh, dressing room. Look at that.
And this.
I mean, the more you look at it, the more you see. I mean, really, you even have mini hangers in
Yes.
there. Like little hangers.
Mini spools of thread.
Mini spools of thread, and that is cool. Oh yeah, this is one of my favorites. You had this in the art show.
Yes.
Yeah,
because
this
that was
one's
for my
neat.
husband's 65th birthday.
Yeah,
And
look
he-
at that, everyone. That is out of a paint can.
Right.
That's what's really unique about these is that, like that one over there, you made from a old computer monitor.
Yes, that's
You
right.
know.
See,
And-
one man's trash is another man's treasure.
Oh,
If I
that
see
is so
something,
clever.
I find a way to use it.
All those mini. This is George's. It says George's Workshop.
Right.
And just look at how many things are in that. Little fire extinguisher. Look at the little table saw. That is clever. And then what do we have
Here
here?
we have a sweet shop. I got this on Main Street in Arcadia, in one of the antique shops, and it was a sweet shop. So I decided, okay, if it was a sweet shop, I'm going to make it into a real antique sweet shop. So I did.
Wow, there, look at that. It even has the boxed cake, the chocolate. Wow. Look at that. And again, these light up too. I see the lamps hanging. Wow. Wow. Oh, that's pretty, Phyllis.
And this one has a story. You can see that there are, if you count, there are 6 little babies. That's why it's called the Dione quintuplets plus 1, because there are 2, and here's 4, and there's 5, and there's 6.
Oh, one on the changing table,
and the
2 in the crib, they play.
One playing with this ball of yarn, and 2 in the, and this started because Smita had these babies for some event, and I was walking outside of the pool, and in the cracks of the sidewalk I found 2 babies. So I picked them up, and then I picked more up, and poor mess. Well, I have to use these babies for something, so here are the babies.
There you go. Where did they come from?
I don't know. I don't know what she was using them for, but she had babies for something.
Oh, how funny.
And then eventually I found 6 of them. So,
now, where did you find like cribs and things? Like, is this dollhouse furniture?
This is dollhouse furniture. Some of the things that I made, like all the cushions I make, and this I knitted, and this is a piece of an old antique handkerchief that I used under the chair.
Neat.
But the furniture, there are not too many left, but there are catalogs that you can buy furniture from ready-made.
Oh, okay.
So these were ready-made.
Wow, those are neat. Very nice. And you got one up here. There's like a pet shop up here.
Yes, that's the pet shop.
Look at that.
And that has birds, and that has cat food, and cats and dogs. And
Look at that. It even has a cat tree. Picture of Snoopy.
well, you gotta have Snoop.
Wow. These are incredible.
Now, do you want
And what is this one that I'm looking at?
Oh, that's another ladies' dressing room.
Oh.
A more modern one. Not modern up to date, but more modern than the previous one that you saw.
Wow. Wow. Now, these are just more than doll houses.
Oh, yes.
These are definitely more than just doll house. I mean, I would probably compare these to doll houses, but this one's a house within a house.
Yes, well,
Look at this.
This is a miniature of my craft room that I had up in New Jersey.
Oh.
And so this was a separate little building that my husband built. Half was for his tools and half was for my craft stuff. And so this was a dollhouse of a dollhouse crafting.
Yeah, that is neat. Look at that. It even has a porch. How nice is that? How nice is that? Now you you have a collection of small things, and then when you get enough of those small things, then you create something.
Yes.
Right. So this isn't really as small as what you normally have, but I noticed these when I visited you earlier, and that's what caught my eye was these little kitchen utensils.
Cooking utensils, but they're all miniature size. And where else to hang them but in the kitchen?
Absolutely, I love it. I love it. So you have used your whole house to decorate your hobby.
Did you want to see my latest project?
Oh yeah, this one. This is the one that you actually made everything in this.
This is a skit. I never worked in this size scale. This is a very, very small scale. I don't know where's the best place for
you can put it down on the counter. That's fine.
And this came as a kit with all of the pieces and literal pieces. Nothing came put together. I had to put every piece of wood, every piece of the plants were just pieces of leaves and pieces of beads and such. And
so this one was very challenging.
Very challenging. Oh. And it was even more so because of the scale. It's a very small scale.
Yeah.
So everything was really, really tiny.
Turn it here. Yeah, so everything. So even these, you said the plants, you had to put
I
them,
had
you had
put
to
them
assemble.
all together. I had to make, if it was beads on a stem, I had to put little tiny beads on a stem. If they had a leaf, I had to curl the leaves.
Really? You even had to bead the stems?
Yes.
Wow. How long did it take to make this?
I don't know. I could only work on it a couple of hours at a time because it was really tedious being so small.
But still,
But I loved it.
fun.
I loved to do it. I would not do the scale again, but I'm proud to say I did it once.
I love it. I love that. Wow. So what are you working on now?
Well,
You
I'm
have
not working
anything
on a
else?
miniature now, no, but you know that I'm the crazy craft lady, and I do crafts with the residents.
Right.
So I'm working on the next project.
Right. I just saw when I came in, I saw your dream catcher.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that's hanging. That was one of your
that was one.
creations.
I didn't know if you wanted to see what we did for Valentine's Day.
Oh, yeah. Let's see.
Each resident that participated got a white envelope and a red card.
Oh, put that down. Let me see what it says.
And I did the saying, Happy Hugs and Kisses Day.
Uh-huh.
They could do whatever they want around it. They could cut it. They could trim it. They could keep it round if they wanted to. They could pick the color of cat they wanted. I had felt cats and I gave each participant a pattern so that she wouldn't have to fuss herself. And she cut out the color cat she wanted. They chose their own eyes, their own whiskers, and all the trim. And the nice part about it was that the inside is blank so that they can write their own message to whoever is receiving it. So these were the two samples that I made, and we had one in East and one at West for people to sign up.
Oh, how neat.
So
Did you get a good response from that?
Well, I limited to 10 and we had 10 people.
Oh, that's wonderful.
I don't like to take more than 10 because I like to be able to give people individual attention.
Right.
Because not everybody is crafty and not everybody, we work at different speeds and some people work slower, more slowly than others.
Right.
And so I try to give everybody enough time to finish so that they leave with a finished product.
Right. I've been to one of those classes. They're very fun.
They are.
The ladies helping one another, and it's a good social action.
And I try to get as much done beforehand for each person as possible.
Right.
So that, for example, this was already cut. They had to just trim it or cut it in a decorative way.
Gotcha.
So
Now, Phyllis, I hate to change the subject, but I'm looking at your artwork. Now, that bird, what is that? Is that needlepoint?
that's crewel.
Crewel.
Both of those I did in crewel.
Okay, so you made these.
Yes.
How long ago?
Oh,
Wait, does that say 1979?
yes, it could. They're very old.
I love the nerdy bird. I love that one. That one's so whimsical and
Isn't he
cute. I
goofy?
love it. Do you have any more that are hidden around?
Well, sure. Let's.
All right,
take a
let's
peek.
go see what else we got here. Oh
Well,
yeah, she's always crafting something.
This
Her little bikini top. What is? Let's see your bikini top.
I did not do this, but it was done by a crafter, and I could copy it if I chose to. But the problem is, if I decide to take it apart, I have dish towels, both in the bosom and in the
in
legs.
there, it's cute though. I love it. Love it.
What else do I have that I can show you? Well, just to show you that the cat theme is throughout the house. This is the bathroom with the cat mat and the cat guest towels.
Yeah, you really are the crazy cat lady, huh? Look at that. Aww, the kitties.
Now, that reminds me, if you turn around and look at the oven, that was another one of our projects.
Oh
We
yes,
made
I
tea
remember
towels.
seeing that.
And people could
I
make
didn't
the
even notice your tea kettle either.
Oh, that's right.
Boy, you have cats all over the place. You have kitties everywhere, even on the refrigerator.
Kitties. Can't get away from them here.
No, I love it. And where are your kitties anyway?
Well, one is on the bed. Both are on the bed. You're lucky. Both are on the bed.
Oh, hello, guys. Hello.
Smile.
Oh, you guys, don't get up. Don't be so thrilled that I'm here. But Phyllis, look, you even have more doll houses or more miniatures
Yes,
here.
this is, let me just
Sorry,
close this
dear.
door. Because I'm doing this for a reason. Both here in the bathroom and the kitchen, Even the door pulls are cats.
Oh, look at that. Boy,
I was able to find them. This is a when I made it, it was for me the typical Florida house.
Wow. Wow. That's
So
pretty.
You can see from different angles. If you want me to pull it out, you can see it.
No,
from the
no,
back.
that's fine.
But for me, when I made it, my ideal was typical Florida house.
Wow. Now, did you own such a house?
No,
But
I
this,
invented
Yeah,
such
this
a
is-
house.
I don't think I've ever seen such a house in Florida.
Well, that you know, it was either before. No, it was after we moved to Florida, but
Look at that.
we had not lived here as long as we've been here now.
Look, you even have a front porch swing hanging from it. Isn't that neat? Isn't that neat?
What else?
Oh, yeah, and then you have George's garage.
Right, that was his 75th birthday.
Wow. Look it in here. Have a garage, all the stuff in there. Let's look. Wow. You even have that little cart thing that goes under the
Yeah.
car. Yeah. I don't know what that is called.
And there's a can of stuff because the guys used to take their break out here. This was a replica of a body shop that he owned, and the guys used to take their break outside. So there's a can of soda there. Not that I'm a nut for details. But
Yeah, I see this. You even have the garbage pan or
Oh, sure.
garbage pail.
with
Oh.
trash in it. Of
Well, yeah, I
course.
see that. That's cool. Wow. And this one here?
And this was the first dollhouse I made. It's a typical 4-room dollhouse. I decorated it in a little different fashion, but the idea was it was a typical 4-room, you know, living room, kitchen, bathroom, bedroom kind of dollhouse.
Wow.
So that was my first effort.
Wow. And you even didn't have a rug there or a pillow thing?
Oh, the back of that's
Yeah.
a yes. And
What
there's
is
another.
this over
there's
here?
That's another crewel that I did back in '76.
Wow. Now that is younger than, or that's about my age. That's neat. So this type of work is called crewel?
Crewel, yes. CREWEL, crewel work.
Oh. That's neat. Now, is there a pattern for it, or is that just something you eyeballed?
Probably back then I used a pattern. I don't know
Oh.
if I would now, if I did it now, but probably back then I must have had a pattern.
Huh.
I don't know if the pattern had the colors, but it would have told me, you know, how to do the mat with the cat on it.
Right,
and
you
the
had
napkin,
some kind
that
of display.
thing.
And then here you have the Chapel of Love.
Do you remember that song, Going to the Chapel
Yes.
of Love? Okay, I thought that was before your time
Going
too.
to the chapel
and we're
yeah.
going to get married. Well, that's my Chapel of Love.
How
And you
cute.
can see that it was started out as a birdhouse because I left the hook there. That was going to be a bird feeder.
Oh.
But I saw it and I said, nuh-uh.
Nope,
that's
I'm
a
going to make
chapel.
it into a chapel.
That's a chapel.
How cute. Wow, you're so creative, so crafty. So you've always been crafty, huh?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I've always done something with my hands.
Yeah.
I used to teach sewing and cooking, so I've just grown up with using my hands.
Oh, nice. Well, hello, kitty kitty. Which one is this one?
This one is Donnie.
Donnie?
That's Donnie. He's the male.
Uh-huh.
And that's Marie.
Donnie and Marie.
And you should be very honored that she didn't run away.
Hello, handsome. Hi. Oh, you're so soft. Don't get up. It's okay. Have you ever sat around and counted how many cat items you possibly have around here?
No, but I would say easily 50. Easily.
Easily, yeah. 50 is just in this room, Phyllis. You kidding me? It's on the spatulas, the paper towels, the coffee mugs, the teapot, on the alarm or on the radio. Wow, you just have them everywhere. And this got my attention. Me and you were talking about
yes.
Publix pilgrims. You leave them out because they're adorable
Yes.
and they're functionable. But I didn't know they had children.
Yes.
So now the next time I'm out and about at a thrift store or secondhand store, I am going to be looking for those because they don't sell
No,
them
they
at
don't
Publix
sell them
anymore.
anymore.
Yeah,
No.
those I want those because I have the set of the.
Do you have the parents?
I have the parents.
So you
yeah.
want the children now?
Yes,
Ah.
I use that. I don't use them as functional salt and peppers. I use them in my display at Thanksgiving
Oh.
in my office. They go to work with me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but yeah, I say 50 or more in this room only.
Alone, you think?
Yeah,
Well, then
yeah.
maybe it's 100.
Yeah. You even have them on the curtains.
Yes.
Well, Phyllis, thank you so much for sharing your hobby and your home with us. I really
pleasure.
appreciate
My
it.
pleasure.
Gives us an idea of what you do with your free time, and
Well, yes, that keeps me busy.
It does.
Between that and all the other things that I participate in.
Well, it's very nice, and thank you again.
Thank you for coming.
Now, I'm just admiring Phyllis's collection of Hummels that she has. These beautiful little figurines. This is, you don't see this very often as far as collectibles anymore. And I always admired them.
I don't think I would have them if I couldn't keep them covered this way.
Right,
I
yeah.
wouldn't keep them out because they're first of all, they're fragile, but because they're so intricate, it would be impossible to keep them clean.
Yeah, you'd have
So
to,
the fact
yeah.
that I can keep them under cover is fine with me.
Yeah. These are adorable. These are cute. Now, how long ago did you start collecting these?
Oh my goodness.
Oh, look at these.
Very, very long ago. Is the
Cat number 554.
Is
Kitties.
more kitties.
More kitties. Even. Oh, this is a cute clock with the cat with the goldfish bowl. That's cute.
There's a little story about that. You know
Oh, yeah?
that I had an unfortunate fall several months ago
Right.
on the wall that backs up to this, and I didn't realize, they told me afterwards, I hit that wall so hard that clock fell down.
Oh.
When I got back I was over at the 3-story, which by the way, gave me wonderful care. I want to put in a plug for the 3-story.
Yay!
The nurses, the therapists, they were wonderful. I was
There's a
there-
reason why they're award winning.
Well, they should be. They were wonderful. I was there for almost a month and they were wonderful.
Oh,
Anyway,
great.
when I got home, I was sitting in my chair and I said, what the heck happened to that clock? And then it dawned on me. And I looked behind the television and I had hit that wall so hard when I fell that clock came right down.
Oh, wow. So you were sitting in your chair and realized, where's the clock?
That's right. Because
And it
I'm
was
used to
behind
sitting
the
here and
thing.
looking up and I looked and the wall was blank.
Oh, wow.
And that's what happened.
Wow. Is that a propeller?
Yes, that's a propeller. We owned a plane at one time.
No
I
kidding.
have hours flying in a small plane.
Really?
Yeah. I did everything
Wow,
but
check you out. You surprised me. I don't picture you as daredevil-ish.
well, I felt I should learn in case something happened to my husband, I could land the plane.
Yeah,
So
well,
I-
that's always smart. That's like learning how to drive the boat.
ju-
You know,
I just
I'm learning how to drive the boat.
I never got my pilot's license because I didn't care. I just cared enough to be able to land the plane. And
Smart
that was
woman.
the propeller. When we got a different plane, we took that propeller off and my husband made a clock out of it.
And he made it into a clock.
Yep.
Isn't that neat? That is, you have the most unique things. Just the most unique things. I love how you upcycle everything. You know, you take something and you have such an imagination and you create it into something else. That's neat. Phyllis, these are your kitties. You normally keep these on display in the house.
No,
'cause-
no.
No, you
Wait,
put them out here?
just out here.
But you
And
decorate them for each holiday.
I decorate them for various holidays.
So they're all wearing their Valentine's Day attire.
Yes, right.
And then on St. Patrick's Day, you'll
I-
put little shamrocks on them,
I'm
or
not sure yet.
leprechaun hats.
Well, see if I'm in a quandary. Do I start for spring or do I do them at St. Patty's Day first?
I think you should do both.
In my copious free time,
That's right.
we'll see. But
That's right.
I use those basically for decoration out here. So when they're not doing their job here, I pack them away.
All right. Wow. All right. Well, thank you again for sharing your
Thank
home with
you.
us
Thank you.
and seeing all of the amazing kitty stuff that you have and your miniatures and your houses. I mean, just wow. And I honestly did not expect to hear that airplane story.
Whoa.
So that's interesting.
See, we learned something new.
Yeah, I never knew that about you.
See,
You
the
just-
people in Southport are very.
Yeah, you're
hidden
very
talents.
interesting. Yeah. So I'm taking you traveling with me just in case the pilot needs some help.
Right. Because that plane that we had, I'm sure, was very much like a plane today, and I could, no problem.
Nice.
That would be like comparing a horse and buggy to an Aston Martin vehicle.
Well, again, thank you so much. So, Jim, I came in and the butterfly is gone. What happened?
Well, he didn't make it.
Oh, what do you think happened?
Well, one of two things. I think it might be late in the season, or it might be that there was a pesticide put on that plant by the whoever grew it.
Right.
So I brought the plant home and I'm spraying it off, misting it to try and get rid of if it is a pesticide.
Oh, that's a
And-
shame because it got all the way. The caterpillar, the eggs hatched. The one caterpillar was getting all fat,
Yep.
and you even changed out the plant,
Yes,
and it was starting to hang and make a chrysalis, but then it just
that's correct.
puttered out, huh?
That's
Oh,
what happened.
well, I'm sorry that your butterfly didn't make it, but it was really interesting to watch. So you said you're going to start this over
I'll
again?
start again in the springtime.
Okay.
When I start getting more in my garden at home,
Right.
get a few of those, I'll bring another plant in and try that again.
Okay. So how, and I meant to ask you this on the first couple of filmings that we did. So let's just say I go and I buy a milkweed plant.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to buy a milkweed plant from Home Depot. And I put it outside and wait for a butterfly to come.
Right.
The butterfly's going to lay eggs on it.
Yes.
Okay. Then I go and take the entire plant and put it in that net. And now I have that little ecosystem.
Right.
Okay. And then
Exactly
it's
what I did.
self-sustaining.
Mhm.
If there's no chemicals or anything on that plant,
Exactly.
God forbid, yeah. Which I still don't understand why they would treat that. Why would they treat a weed for weeds?
I don't know.
That makes no sense.
So it could be that, or like I said, it could be the season.
Right. Like you said
What
before,
other
this
people
you've
are
only been
getting
doing this for 6 months. You haven't been through a Florida winter, and could have been, maybe it didn't like air conditioning.
It could be. It could be the lights.
It is pretty bright in here. It
But
feels
we
like your
did-
office is a tanning booth now.
We did have before. We didn't have any problem with it. I had like 5 of them that I released outside
Huh.
from here, and they were all from eggs.
And were they held inside the house or inside here?
Yeah, they were here.
They were
Part of
here.
it here is eggs, and
Oh, okay.
they hatched or whatever they do, and they turned into worms and
Uh-huh.
into caterpillars, and they did their J shape,
Yeah.
and they cocooned, and they
Wow.
were fine.
So it worked,
Yeah.
but just this one was a dud.
This plant and the last plant too I had
Ah.
here.
Maybe it's time to buy your plants from a different place.
Yeah, well, I've been buying them all at the same place, really.
Well, they're probably buying them from a different place
Yes.
too,
Yeah.
where they're getting them from. But, well, if I find a milkweed plant, I will donate it to your butterfly preservation society. the Southport Square Transportation Butterfly
Yeah,
Preservation Society. Boy, what a logo that'll be.
that would be.
All right. Well, thanks, Jim. I'm sorry about your butterfly.
No, that's okay.
All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed this week's episode of Around the Square, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week.
Hey, Brian, got a doozy for you.
All right. I'm always ready for a doozy.
Well, it's pretty perfect timing. Marge Lotz emailed me again with a couple of more jokes.
All right.
And this one just stuck out because I went and visited As residents see in the episode, I went and visited the transportation department to check on the monarch butterflies, and there was a caterpillar death.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Oh,
it
my
was
goodness,
terrible.
yeah.
It was horrible.
Yeah.
But
Monarch death. All right.
what do you get when you combine a caterpillar and a parrot?
I have no idea. Oh my goodness.
A walkie-talkie.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well, we
Dum-dum.
yeah, that's right. Exactly. So I know we have radios and walkie-talkies all over this place. So, but not that type of walkie-talkie. So, all right. Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode and have a great week.
Yes, you can cover your little beanie there. Now up a little higher. There you go. Now down. There you go.
All right. No beanie.
Just put your mask up there. There you go. Oh, Brian, it's Wednesday, by the way.
Oh, this is true. It is Wednesday. So let me update that. So I keep thinking today is Thursday. And so it's Wednesday. Newsflash, I'm a day ahead. So I guess I was trying to, jump through the week a little bit faster. But I'm taking Thursday and Friday off. So I'm glad it's not Thursday and I was here working because I'm actually, this week I'm going to go visit some colleges with my son and my wife. Our son is a junior in high school and we're going to go take a look at a couple of colleges. So Thursday and Friday we'll be touring schools through the state of Florida, hopefully having some fun on hearing what types of programs they have. So thank you for reminding me, Dawn. Today is Wednesday that we're recording this, not Thursday, but you'll be watching this on Friday. So, all right, you got me set straight. Now we can move on to the episode of Around the Square. So,
all right.
Cut. Thank you. Enjoy.
Wow.
I don't know if I dated all of them yet. This is 71.
1971. That picture's older than me.
A lot of things in this unit are older than you, Dawn, but they're not older than me.
You didn't try CPR?
I tried it.
How does one? Yeah, how does one give CPR to a caterpillar?
Well, it was starting to turn green, and I figured if I did that, I'd start turning green. So.